In the market for premium dice and accessories? Look no further than metallicdicegames.com for all your gaming needs. Save 10% off your purchases by using the promo code RBP10 at checkout. Check out the fantastic selection of dice and accessories today and use the promo code RBP10 to save 10% off any purchase anytime. Happy gaming from the Rancor's Brothel. Enjoy the show.
Warning, this podcast contains mature content, including scenes or descriptions of graphic violence, sexuality, and psychological trauma. Listener discretion is advised.
The Rancor's Brothel presents Impossible Landscapes. A Delta Green campaign by Dennis Detweiler. Daniel, you become cognizant, and cognizant is a loose term. Everything is swimming. You feel like you should be in pain. You're moving not under your own power, and your face is really close to the floor, and everything is blurry. You get the sense you're being dragged.
Okay.
You're being held upright, probably. Rough hands like underneath your armpits.
Okay.
But you're definitely being dragged sort of face down. Maybe being held by your collar, the back of your collar. Again, everything's hazy. You end up in there's a door that opens. You see it swing open. You move from sort of a clean looking, sterile hallway or room into a much dirtier, darker place. The tile here is yellowed and stained. It smells awful in here. And Franky feels himself being slammed physically into a chair, and kind of the banging of your head against the back of the chair kind of rattles the marbles around a little bit, and things start to come into focus. And the next thing you see is Mr. Ed, nose to nose with you. You feel very weak. You are alive. And you see him sort of stare into your open eyes, blurry as you presume they are, and just sort of goes, good. And then you feel him first grasp one arm and then the other, and you can feel rough leather straps strapping your hands to the arms of this chair. And then with a very light but firm, light but strong press around your throat, he attaches another band around your forehead. So you're being held upright in this very uncomfortable chair. At this point, you have very little movement left to right. You can kind of see things out of the corner of your eye, maybe. But then he walks away without another word, and the door slams shut.
There are 4 lights.
There appears to be one light somewhere behind you.
No, there are 4.
Bulb. Could be 4. If so, they're very low wattage. Kind of flickering buzz, buzz, buzz.
Oh, well, there's not much I can do. I already know what happened. Well, I probably somewhat remember what happens when I try to escape this guy the first time, so...
You'd find it very difficult with your wrists strapped to the chair and your head strapped back.
Yeah, and I'm still pretty groggy. Do you need me to subtract some hit points from my character sheet? Because
I rolled it a long time ago because you don't have many. No. I believe you have somewhere in the range of 8, correct?
7.
7. We'll put you at 4.
Okay.
As you can feel the spot on your head where he clubbed you hurts like a motherfucker.
Well, he slammed it again, so I'm sure it hurts even worse now.
Yeah, feelings coming back. The room is coming into focus. Alertness roll.
It's a pass.
You hear breathing.
But you said my vision's limited, right? Because my head, I can't really see anything.
Correct. You hear breathing what sounds like off to the back right of you. As you kind of look out of the extreme corner of your eye, it looks like there is some sort of surgical table maybe, or maybe a very plain kind of hospital bed, and there appears to be a form on that bed. But again, looking out of the corner of your eye, you know how you kind of have to squint really hard and the vision gets really blurry. It could be a lump of pillows. It could be a body. It's kind of hard to tell.
Say, hey, are you conscious over there? Do you have a name?
Are you real?
I believe I am.
Didn't expect an existential question.
Do you know where we are?
Sorry, I can't. I'm strapped down. I can't see you. All I can see is the ceiling.
I'm in the same position. Well, I'm not strapped down to anything. Well, I am strapped down, but I'm strapped down to a chair, not a table.
Can you get free?
I'm gonna try to, for the first time, probably actually try to, wiggle my wrists, see if I can loosen them at all.
No, there appears to be no give in these.
He probably hears me grunting and trying. He's like, "Oh, I'm pretty stuck here. I don't know what else I can do.
Shit.
I can't even move my head."
I'm never gonna see her again. It's been so long.
Who are you referring to? Last I remember, we were investigating some asylum or some Dorchester house.
Investigating. What do you mean investigating?
We were looking for missing agents from what I got debriefed. Some kind of group of individuals that I got brought on with.
You hear a sharp intake of breath from the form. The form, I should note, the voice sounds male, probably middle-aged, you would guess, although the voice is strained and sort of hoarse, as if they are strapped down, so they probably aren't breathing very well. They probably are, having trouble swallowing from that position.
Yeah.
What are you with the program?
And as of a week ago, yeah.
All right, then we need your backup. We've got to get out of here.
Do you want me to make a roll? But I think I know enough to guess who this is.
I mean, you could try.
I'm going to assume you're Whitwer.
So you are here to get me out.
We didn't know you were stuck anywhere. Well, we found out by some kind of vague, I don't even recall. I just got brought on and handed notes, but something about you being strapped down to a table. You mentioned her. Was it Ophelia?
Oh my God. How do you know Ophelia? Wait, is she involved in this?
Not that I'm aware of.
Christ.
We just had an extensive case record on you and your other partners.
You have to keep her out of this. I have to. They're everywhere. It's everywhere.
What's it? What is the enemy here?
You can feel him kind of shake as if he's trying to make some sort of emphatic point, which is difficult to do when you're strapped to a table. Everything. This isn't normal. It isn't even for the stuff I've seen. This is all of this.
Yeah, I agree. Weird stuff went down last night. Like I said, we went to a Dorchester house and we decided to stay the night, and that was a mistake because now I'm here.
You can't trust them. You can't trust him. You can't. You have to stop it. It's like a virus. It just copies itself. You have to stop it. We've got to get out of here and stop it.
I agree, but I'm going to need you to elaborate more. What are we stopping? What's spreading? What?
It infects things. It infected the room. It messed with my watch. That's what they want to know. That's what he wants to know. He wants to know all about it.
We found a watch, right? In Barbas's house. Was it Barbas's house?
Found one in Dallin's drawer.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, and that was the one that was What's special about your watch? We have that one now, though, right? We actually have possession of it.
Oh, I don't know. We have a picture of it, but do we have it?
Yeah.
He says, "Well, I think
Well, I assume we have it.
In the box of goodies.
Our previous characters had it, so
and the basically box of all the stuff we accumulated before we got mowed down." He says, "I vaguely remember seeing a watch that was probably yours."
You can't. No, you've got to. It infects everything. It infects the subtlest of ways. If you look in between, you've got to look in between the lines. You got to look in the spaces. I don't know how, but it changes things. It changes people. It'll change you. That's why we do what we do. We have f***ed up. We should not be here.
Excuse me. Where did you acquire the watch from?
What do you mean? It's my watch. It's not, the watch is not the issue. It's what it did to the watch.
What? Okay. I'm following. What? But what infected the watch? Obviously, Dallin took some kind of interest in the watch.
He kind of shakes again and the table moves. He's like, fucking everything. Everything that this is.
Are you talking about this building itself? Is there some kind of entity that we're not seeing here?
The building, the book, the people, Marbus, Dallin, fucking Dr. Friend, all of it. And at this point, he's kind of shouting, and you begin to hear footsteps in the hallway.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to just calm down. Calm down.
He's like, I can't. I'm just. I got to get the out of here. Like,
right. There's someone coming. Just calm down.
And the door opens. You see Mr. Ed, and you see, you met him before. You see a man in a lab coat that you vaguely feel like is your friend.
Hello, everybody.
I don't know about that.
Good to see you, Franky. I'm glad that you are awake. If you'll excuse me, I need to treat your friend over here. And make an alertness roll.
Yeah, that's a crit fail.
You see Dr. Friend walk over to the table, and their backs are to you, so you can't see. But he screams, it's like, Michael, what is the problem? And at this whole time, Whitwer is just screaming his fucking head off. He's like, Michael, you have to understand. You know what it is? It's in you. I understand. Dr. Friend is here to help. At no point does his voice come above a normal tone, very calming and soothing. Now, Michael, we could do this the easy way or the hard way. He's like, Mr. Ed, if you please. And you hear some screaming and some thrashing. You hear Whitwer scream, "Gravy for the brain!"
Okay.
And then
why this ruckus is going on, I'm going to try to something I've tried moving my wrist. I'm going to try to like rock the chair a little bit.
Sure, we'll call it a strength by 5 roll.
Every time I hear like the phrase "easy way" or "hard way," I think of Back to the Future 2.
It's also a fail.
Easy way.
You start to shake, but you're not sure if it's bolted down or you're just not strong enough. You can't seem to fiddle it. But you hear some screaming, and then suddenly it cuts out with a choking sound. You're not sure if Mr. Ed is maybe choking Whitwer or restraining him in a less forceful fashion. But then you hear like a pop, like a sound. And as soon as that happens, the screaming stops. There, isn't that better, Michael? We'll get all the bad out when we replace with the good, yes?
Is there a roll I can make to be able to know what that sound was, like medically, or...
do you have any medical skills?
I have first aid. I don't think pharmacy is going to give me anything. I don't have no medicine.
What is your first aid skill?
30.
I will give you a first aid roll minus 10.
Okay.
Since you can't see anything. So you need a 20 or less.
Ooh, that's 31. Fail. Would have failed either way, but lower than...
can't remember the skills. I've been listening to people play other games.
Fails.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all the other ones I already had checked off, so that's the first one I had that wasn't checked off.
As you hear Dr. Friend, yes. Much better. Mr. Ed, if you will escort our friend out. And you can hear some wheeling, and you can see that Whitwer, completely unmoving, is now being wheeled out of the room on this sort of bizarre medical gurney. Dr. Friend walks over to you. He's got a massive like almost Looney Tunes cartoon syringe. And in this syringe is some sort of viscous liquid. And he sort of got it palmed in one hand. I hope you're doing well now. I hope you'll understand Mr. Ed's rules. Yes, Franky?
Did my feet get strapped down?
Your feet are not strapped down.
Is he standing in front of me?
He's kind of leaning over the arm.
Okay.
Like kind of leaning over, like face towards you. It would take a pretty athletic roll if you wanted to attempt to kick him, if that's where you're going.
I was wanting to try to kick that syringe out of his hand, but
that would take a very athletic roll.
I'll wait to see if he moves, gets in position where I can attempt it. But I guess
you've learned the rules, yes?
No, not really.
Mr.
They weren't very clear.
Mr. Ed is very, very strong about enforcing the rules. You must go where we tell you, yes?
Well, no one told me that I couldn't go where I was.
He pats you on your head. That's good. I'm glad that you understand. You missed out on group. We'll have to get you to the cotton candy room very soon.
I don't think I want to go there. I don't even want to be here.
It's super important for your health, Franky, that we understand exactly what's bothering you. And you see him begin to look very closely at your eyes.
Don't try to psychoanalyze me.
He grabs his index finger and thumb and puts them on either side of your eyelid and opens it wide to stare deep into your eye.
So now at this point, is he in front of me?
I didn't get my dice. Hey, will you hand me the cigar box and my dice? I will need them this evening. Thank you, Troy.
You said you didn't think you would need them?
No, I definitely need them. I said we will need. Okay. I will need dice this evening.
For a minute, I thought you said you didn't think you would need them. I'm like, huh?
No, I will definitely need them. I just forgot to get them. High or low, Daniel? Luck roll.
Oh, I'm gonna say hi.
Yeah. He steps right in front of you in a range where you think you can kick.
Where's the syringe located at? Because he said he's leaning in front of me, right? Trying to open my eyes.
Yeah, he's kind of got... The syringe is probably, either tucked at his side or kind of halfway behind his back, and he's leaning over with the other hand opening your eye. Kind of looking, yes, I see, And he kind of starts to move over to the other eye. Don't worry, Franky, I am a medical professional, yes?
Insight.
You tell me. You're the guy in the lab coat.
Don't you see? I have this fancy coat. I have this fancy badge. I am a doctor.
So who's Dr. Dallin?
Dr. Dallin?
Is he a colleague?
Dr. Dallin is indisposed. The only doctor you need is Dr. Fred.
Damn it. Fuck this boy.
Are you getting angry, Franky?
I mean, I'm angry that I'm held down against my will.
Yes, this is understandable. I believe it is not your fault, he says, and with his hand he kind of pats your cheek.
It's definitely not my fault.
It's not your fault.
It's definitely not my fault. I was put against my will.
It's not about the girl.
Mr. Ed, he says.
Damn it.
You should convince him to listen to your heartbeat and then scream into his thing.
That will go bad.
I don't think that's gonna be that effective.
Mr. Ed comes in. He hands him. They swap syringes. He hands him the full one, and he hands him an empty one. Yes, we will. You see him take a look at it, and he pulls the plunger back, and then depresses it again. Yes.
So who has the full one now?
He handed it off to Mr. Ed behind him.
And so Ed's doing the squirty thing with the syringe.
No, he's not doing any squirting action with the syringe.
Didn't you just say
he's doing it with the empty one?
Oh, okay.
Mr. Ed leaves the room with the full syringe, and then says, "Yes, I think that."
And gave Dr. Flynn an empty one.
Correct.
Okay. Continue.
I think that it is time to see if there's any in you, Franky.
No, I can tell you there's nothing in me.
Well, you said that the bad is not your fault, which means it is in you. Here, let me try.
And then if he goes to reach is when I want to kick it out of his hand.
Okay.
Or try to.
You can make an athletics roll because he is approaching your face with this big damn syringe.
It's a fail.
You go to kick him. Franky, I wish you had learned the rules. Mr. Ed! And you see several orderlies come in. Two relatively strapping dudes, one puts a hand each. There are two that come in. One puts a hand on your thigh, and the other puts a hand on your bicep as if to force you deeper into the chair, one on each side. Mr. Ed just literally walks behind you. One arm goes around your throat, and the other one he pins over your mouth. Now, please don't move, Franky. I would not like to miss. And he takes the.
So you sounded like a really lazy mummy. Just,
He
He said I was gagged. I was trying to wanted to say something, but I can't. So
scary, kind of.
roll sand, please. As you see this enormous hypodermic needle approach your left eye. You figure out what the popping thing was yet?
Well, now I do.
That's a fail.
1d6. As you see it approach until you feel it approach into your left eye.
Okay.
You hear a noise as he pulls on the plunger. It's really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can imagine.
As you feel him very carefully extract the needle out again, and he sort of looks at it, and the syringe is completely empty.
Can I make like another first aid roll? Because it doesn't seem like it should be empty though, right?
Make a first aid roll.
I mean, I know he's looking for something different, but even so, I feel like it shouldn't be empty. He should have got something in there, right? Because he stuck it straight in my eye.
Yeah.
It's another fail.
We'll call that one a... oh, wait, you failed first aid?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Your stupidity helps you out. That totally makes sense. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Any medical professional would know, absolutely, that syringe should be full of something, but you failed. It's fine. Totally normal. Mr. Ed, this is quite disturbing, yes? This is a distinct lack of patsu. You are a most curious case, Franky, a most curious case. There's no potency. We will have to check again. Very well, gentlemen. And he turns and strides out of the room, and the orderlies follow him. You feel the hand come off your mouth and no longer around your throat, so you kind of, as you can breathe for the first time in 45 seconds to a minute and a half, and they leave you alone in the room.
I guess at this point in time, and so I can't. There's nothing else in front of me.
You can kind of see the door.
Just the door. There's no.
This room is incredibly disgusting. It smells like urine and feces and other. There are like smears on the wall of different things, of fluids, of solids.
I mean, the only thing that I want to try again at this moment is maybe try to rock my chair again.
Yeah, we'll do strength times 5 again. See if you can make it budge.
Need a dice that rolls something higher or something lower than a 50. It's a fail.
You rock, but it doesn't. You kind of make some loud banging noises as the chair slaps the tile, but that's it. So Franky sits in this chair.
Yeah, I've done all that I could think of to do.
You sit for a while.
Am I in my normal clothes still?
You are in patient gown.
Yeah.
You feel like maybe you doze off. Your eye itches. The back of your head hurts. Surprisingly, your vision is mostly clear. And then you hear a sort of tapping, knocking on the door, very light. 4 raps
From the door in front of me?
Yeah. Hello?
Who's there?
May I come in?
I don't have the position to say no, or I'm not in a position to say no.
The door creaks open. And just kind of slowly, you see a wizened old man poke his head in. Very old, probably you would say at least mid-80s. Balding, big bottle glasses, very Einstein-esque, thinning hair, next to nothing on top.
Einstein didn't wear glasses?
The Einstein-esque was not about the glasses. I'm sure he wore glasses on occasion.
Never one documented case.
He had contacts.
LASIK. He was advanced after all.
Hey, there were some things that he knew that he didn't share with us, so maybe he did have contacts.
Excuse me, are you Mr. DeCraig?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, I'm sorry for bothering you then.
Can
and
you...
he starts to make like he's going to leave.
Can you give me some assistance still? I'll help you find your friend.
Oh. He swings the door open, and he sort of, you can see he moves much like an octogenarian. He sort of shuffles, despite the fact that while you're probably cool in this room in a gown, he seems to be wearing multiple layers, very baggy pants held up by suspenders. All of his stuff looks old, very old. Are you sure you're not? And he sort of adjusts his glasses a couple times. Mr. Ian DeCraig, I have a letter for you. And he holds up a very small envelope.
Well, even if I was him, I don't have a way to read the letter.
Oh, my apologies. Here. And he sort of shuffles over and he undoes the wrist strap.
Just one of them or both of them?
He works on one, and then he very slowly shuffles over towards the other. You see him kind of stare at you quizzically. You can tell that the envelope that he's holding, it looks very much like a kind of like a party invite. It's a small, sort of like relatively see-through cursive handwriting that says Ian Frederick de Craig on it, prisoner 125101. And he sort of adjusts his thick glasses. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. It's good to see you again. And he starts to undo the other wrist strap.
All right, I'll take that letter.
Well, it's not actually for you. It's for Mr. de Craig.
Yeah, I'll get it to him. I know how to find him.
Very well. Sorry, I'm very, very far away from where I'm supposed to be. He kind of like looks around in the room for the first time. This room is exceptionally dirty. I should have someone over about that, I think. And he sort of hobbles over. You can see that he sort of drags a chair over, with great difficulty. Creak across the floor.
He's dragging an empty chair over?
Yeah, because he's clearly winded.
Okay.
It is so good to see you again.
Likewise. How have you been?
Oh, puttering around, taking care of things, sort of what I do.
Just not very fast, huh? Lost a step or two?
Well, comes with age, my boy, comes with age. Oh. He sort of absentmindedly reaches up to his chest pocket, pulls the invitation out that he had put in the pocket, and he comes over and says, if you could give this to Mr. de Craig, I would appreciate it.
Okay.
Do you need, and he sort of indicates your head.
Yes, please. My neck is a little stiff. I would like to have some room.
Of course. And he sort of goes behind and he undoes the strap. Goodness me. Thankfully, the good genes keep me going.
Yeah,
he hobbles back over and sits down at his chair.
Well, I mean, if you got nowhere else to be, I think we're free to part ways now. I'll go find Mr. de Greg and get this letter to him.
Of course, I appreciate it. Like I said, this is a bit far from my regular building, so glad you will be able to find him.
Yeah. Are you going to stay here or?
I'll totter off on my own, I suppose. I just thought it was good to see you after such a long time.
It has been a while. I will leave you here to catch your breath, and I'm going to start heading for that door.
Very well. I'm sure we will see each other again before it's all said and done.
Yeah, probably. Knowing my luck.
Say hello to Abby for me.
Shit. Will do. And I'm again just walking towards the door.
I think there's someone out there waiting for you, he says as you start to pull open the door.
Okay, I'm going to stop, and I'm kind of going to walk back and say, who's out there?
The man in the mask.
Have I seen a man in a mask? Was Ed wearing a mask? No, he wasn't wearing a mask, was he?
No.
Damn it, am I in Carcosa? Swear to God. All right, I'm going to open the door.
Again, my best to everyone. I look forward to seeing them all again sometime soon. And as you step out the door and the door begins to swing shut, he says something about a goldfish.
Okay. Doesn't ring a bell.
You see a rotund man in a silvery robe and a papier-mâché mask at the end of the hallway.
Is there anything else in the hallway?
It looks like various rooms, doors to various rooms.
Do they have windows on them? And as I'm walking by them,
they do not. They appear to have no labels, no windows, just like the door that you saw. You start approaching the figure in the robe.
Yeah.
He sort of turns and cocks his head, looks at you quizzically, but doesn't say anything.
Got a letter for de Greg. You know where I might find this guy?
He takes off, running down the hallway.
Okay. So apparently I wasn't the guy he was waiting for. I'm not going to chase after him. I'm trying to find a way out of here.
You get to the end and there's a T, and like I said, he ran off to the right.
Is there anything I can see at all, left, right? Any kind of symbols for anything or any kind of...
No signage, nothing like that. It just appears to be 2 additional blank hallways that look similar to the hallway you just stepped out of.
Okay, I'm gonna...
As you look back towards the right, you see the overweight man in the mask, like 25, 30 feet down the right hallway, and he's turned to stop to look at you again.
Come chase me, skinny boy.
Yeah.
Hope you don't catch me.
I'm gonna head the opposite direction. We'll pretend I didn't see him.
Okay. You begin walking. You come to a 4-way intersection. Which way do you want to go?
Do I see anything down any of the ways?
Alertness roll.
It's probably going to be some fat guy in a mask at one of them.
Yoo-hoo.
Pass.
Roll sand.
Oh, I roll sand, not. Another pass.
We'll call it 1.
Okay.
Do you see an overweight man in a silvery robe with a mask?
Which direction?
To the left.
Okay. I'm going to keep going straight. I'm going to try this one more time.
Okay. You proceed down the hallway a long way, and it comes to a T, left and right.
I'm going to look down both ways.
You don't see anything.
Okay, I'm going to go right.
Okay. You walk down the right hallway. You hear footsteps
Coming from...
behind you.
Damn it.
Several pairs.
Oh, okay. I'm going to keep walking and look over my shoulder.
As you look over your shoulder, you see Mr. Ed and a group of orderlies about 40 or 50 feet down, and you see him turn and look at you and goes, and he starts going for the bat on his hip.
I'm taking off running.
Okay, you begin to run. Athletics.
8.
You take off at a sprint, left, right, zip, back, and you push your way through a door. You get essentially to a dead end. You have to go through this double door. So unless you're going to turn around to where they're coming from, you're going through that double door.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not going back towards them.
Okay. So if there's any other questions you have before we continue onward, Bale says to the 3 of you.
Wait, Bale, was that one of the orderlies from the normal Dorchester house?
Timothy Bale was he was a patient.
Is that the guy you guys are talking to?
We're talking to King Bale.
Oh, okay. Then I just want to know if I recognize them. Oh, I don't know. Did I come through the door and see them or no?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Whatever. I thought.
What's Dallin's role in all this? I may have asked this before. I don't remember.
I was going to say, I felt like we've tried to ask at least.
The entropy of the situation, is it not?
Okay. Yeah,
People
let's
pulling.
this. I forgot. All this.
We need to wait just a moment before, and you hear a loud bang as doors are slammed open. And you see Bale sort of look off to the right, and Franky has run in, breathing heavily from a set of doors that are off to the side of the room.
Do I see these 3 then?
You do. You also see a heavily disfigured man fighting with a cat, and you see a very regal-looking individual sitting on top of a pile of phone books that are moldy, I believe, and he appears to have an antique telephone next to him. Ah, yes, we're all back together then.
As I come burst into the room, I want to say, Whitworth's down there, but we got to get out of here now. And I'm going to start looking for another door to run out of.
He was dead, right?
I turn out my pocket and look at it. Is the blood and viscera still staining my...
Roll sand, all 3 of you.
Ooh, 20. Got it.
Pass.
Which means I failed.
I mean, I wasn't allowed to check his vitals to make sure he was dead.
I thought
we did.
I did. I first aid.
The last session, Cody ended with he's dead.
Yeah.
So
That's right. I did. Okay.
You all can take 1.
For passing?
Yes. Lucas.
Right, I'm going to need to try to put that off onto someone else because that's my breaking point.
Roll a d4.
Okay. That's all I have to do is just roll a d4?
Well, that's not all.
Well,
But you have to start there.
roll a d4.
1.
Okay. So then you only have to put 1 point onto someone and you don't take that 1.
Okay. Suck it, old partner.
Who has first aid?
I do.
We all kind of do, I think.
What are your scores?
there's a base.
I got 50.
I have 40.
Lucas, roll me that beautiful bean footage.
55.
Critical failure. He was fine. Don't worry about it.
I don't know. I didn't get a chance to touch him. When I tried to,
Pay no attention to that literally gaping wound in the side of his head. It's fine. You can't. That's not his brain. It's fine.
Wait, like right now we're looking at his brain?
Would you like to make a first aid roll?
Sure.
I mean, I feel like I've probably seen enough pictures of
brains.
Yeah, got it.
Roll sand, please.
Damn it. Sorry, old partner. Yes.
Oh, we'll call it 1.
Okay. 4, 2.
So if you roll a 2, you got to put 2 points on your bond.
Yeah, no, that's a kill shot. The bruising and the lividity, like that motherfucker broke his damn neck. Like
He did.
You're seeing bits of inside of the skull that you should not be seeing. That's a kill shot.
Again, Franky is frantic, and he's saying Whitwer was down there, but we have to get out of there, and he's going to again search for a way out, like begin running towards a door.
There's a door you came in,
down.
and there's a door behind the three of them.
We got King Demon here.
He's apparently got a way out.
They're right behind me.
Who's they?
The guy with the bat or whatever.
Mr. Ed?
I don't know who the big guy is.
You also have to reduce your willpower by the number.
I
you
did,
rolled.
yeah.
Okay, I was making sure you got the willpower and
Does
the
willpower, when does it refresh or?
Willpower does refresh. I think it's per sleep.
It's I think it's resting.
I think it's per rest. Yeah.
Okay.
We take a long
Similar,
rest.
I believe it is similar though to Call of Cthulhu. If you run out, you drop unconscious.
Yeah, losing willpower could be bad.
Yeah, they're right behind me. I got to get out of here. I'm not going to get whacked in the side of the head again.
I wouldn't worry.
You seem to take it well.
You are alive.
No, okay, I'm alive. Doesn't mean it's not throbbing in pain. But we got to go.
I give you a bug when I'm all out.
Don't worry about it.
Why are you guys so calm? We need to leave.
Can you please open
Did
the
you
door?
miss
sir?
the part where I said demon? Like, I'm not worried about some dude with a bat. Like, we're good. Calm down.
This guy's on our side.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to look at that guy.
Yeah. He is. He looks vaguely familiar by description. Nobody you've ever seen. Personally.
No, we know everything that they knew.
Yep.
You've said that several times.
Yeah, I said no one he's ever seen.
He said vaguely familiar too. So
Correct. He is squatting on a stack of waterlogged books in a room with a single old telephone. King Bale at your service.
Can you do anything about that? And I point to his head.
Not here. Not here.
Not so much
but
here.
right here.
I believe that some of you know how to fix these things. It's not something I usually do.
Yeah, I don't think we have the capacity to fix that.
Can we just give him a hat?
Or a wig or something.
Can you please just open the door, sir?
this
We'll be on our way.
This guy looks. So you said this guy? We've seen this guy before.
He looks fairly similar to Timothy Bale, the patient at the Dorchester house.
Got it. Okay. So
The phone rings. He picks it up. After she jumps. Book to the tower. Translate it. Then he hangs up. You are now once again a foursome, which I think was ultimately the goal you wanted. Should we go or?
So did you make this happen?
I sort of engineer a lot of this when I can.
So you can bring a dude back to life, but you can't fix the fucking gaping hole in his head?
Oh, no. Oh. Again, your reality, he air quotes, reality is, of course, subjective. Not everything plays by your rules of time and physics.
So what happens when we get back to our quote unquote reality? Is his brain gonna fall out?
See? Yeah, concerns. Right?
Can we duct tape it here and then
You can't duck
seal it up later?
Get some super glue we can just throw in there.
Possibly.
What's the where the guy slaps it
Can't you
onto a water tank? Is that flex tape or something?
Yeah, it's Flex Seal.
Flex seal.
like seal.
Oh,
It's
good
waterproof.
can of
Just,
it.
Hellfire.
Doesn't work that way. He points to his phone.
Okay. Could you call someone who can?
I'm sure you got plenty of people at your disposal, yeah?
I kind of want to in character.
You could make a deal with the other guy.
Yeah, he can repair reputations and maybe heads.
He starts scrutinizing the side of your skull.
I mean, think about his reputation. What it's going to be if he shows up without a head.
He sort of sticks out a hand. Mr. Wilde, repair of reputations, at your service.
Okay. Reach my
As I
hand
said,
out.
he appears to be wearing two false ears that are connected on a wire to each side of his head. A large chunk of his nose is gone, and there appears to be a strange chunk of fake nose pushed onto it. His face appears to be mauled by many, many cat scratches.
Okay. As I'm shaking this guy's hand, is this guy a demon too?
I said it. I repair reputations. He kind of grabs your chin and moves violently to side to inspect your head.
Ouch.
He'll probably live 50-50,
That's not reassuring.
40-60.
Which
Less
way?
reassuring?
What's the 60?
Usually you give the number that you want to see first, so...
Uh-oh.
Yes, you missed the main bit, Franky, but your whole world is false. This is a glimpse of the real world. The king is like a reverse Oberos, sending the play out to attract people like moths to a candle. The rest of the folks can fill you in. I believe that if we don't hurry soon, we'll be late for the start of the show.
Well, we shan't be late.
I hate the sound of that.
The theater waits for no man, as they say. Anything else?
So this reality is the real reality.
We'll tell you later.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Wink.
Okay.
You guys can definitely table talk if you want. I don't know how much you want to fill Daniel in on, but that's totally up to your characters.
Okay, we spent a good portion of time trying to drill this guy because he seems to have a lot of information. He just obfuscates everything, and our reality is a sham, and he's doing a lot of pulling of strings and some. So it was all very confusing. But yeah,
Well,
he apparently can get us out of here.
The only way out is through, I believe, is what he said.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Whitwer was down there.
Sorry, what?
Whitwer was down there. He was down there in the room I was in. They injected something in his eye, got some kind of substance out of it. They called, I don't know if he was sorting for something. Patsu, I believe was what he called it.
I look
so
at
you know.
Bale.
Oh, rude.
Bale, what's Patsu?
Your way out. It's a little complicated, but that's the short and long of it.
Was it the fluid that they got from the eye in the syringe? Is that what Patsu is?
It's a very crude mechanism, but
Maybe it wasn't a liquid. I don't know. They had a syringe. They filled it up with something.
yes.
Apparently, I had none. Is that a good or bad thing? Or it was empty when he tried doing it to me, as I kind of itched my eye a little bit. Probably still a little itchy.
You can definitely see that around his left eye is very swollen. Not like swollen shut, but kind of a allergic reaction where the brow and underneath the eye are sort of puffy.
Puffy, yeah.
Merely surprising is all. You must be relatively new.
You're new here, aren't you?
Sure, I guess.
You must be on your third character, aren't you?
How could you tell? Because I'm beaten up?
Any
Barely.
chance you could also whisk our buddy Whitwer with us?
He's actually rather important.
He sort of looks at Mr. Wilde. I'll see what I can do, but this is pushing the extent of my influence on this realm. Not today. Now we need to get moving, if you please.
Let's go.
If he doesn't get interrupted, he hops down off of his pile of waterlogged books, and he steps out into the hallway and begins walking.
Did you guys get any intel on the other demons that were apparently part of this operation?
Yeah, again, he wasn't very forthcoming with information.
Okay. I just didn't know if you guys asked about the other demons, because as Franky comes to realization that King Bale is one of Solomon's demons.
Yes, I have dealings with them.
I mean, don't you guys work together in the same building, some of you?
It's a little confusing. It's a little cyclical. Who created whom? What created what?
Right, but y'all work together in the same building. Are you guys working together for the same purpose? Or you guys, just doing
It's
this?
hard to say what the king is actually working towards, if I'm honest.
Wait, aren't you the king?
He's not the king. I am
okay.
King Bale.
Got it.
Elvis.
Uh-huh.
What's the state of Marbus then?
I haven't talked to Marbus in a while.
Is he gone rogue, or is he?
Everything moves as it is intended.
Yeah, we pretty much, we ran Marbus' name by him. I don't think we asked about everybody, but we asked about Citri, I believe, too.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, we didn't. We basically got the same kind of answers. Like,
Entropy is the key to...
they're all playing their parts. They're all doing
That's
what they're
fine.
supposed to do.
Ouroboros.
But specifically especially since Daniel bought Ars Goetia, and this has been sort of his thing, I will give it to Daniel.
Woo.
This is bullshit.
No, you get the sense from what Bale is suggesting is that King Bale, the demon, created all these other demons. He created this classical demonology.
Yeah,
which makes no sense because Timothy Bale is probably in his late 20s or early 30s.
Well, they can manifest themselves how they want.
No. He's suggesting that he created that cosmology.
Wait, so I'm confused. Yeah, because King Bale was supposed to be like the head guy of all the demons.
Correct.
And this guy is claiming to be King Bale.
Yes.
But a different King Bale.
No, that one.
I mean,
But
you can claim to be a lot of things. So let's see. If
Right, but he didn't. But what he was saying, he doesn't know who created whom, which doesn't make sense. If
He said it was cyclical.
This has happened before. This will happen again.
Time is a flat circle. I did a True
say they
Detective
all.
rewatch.
yeah.
Just throwing it out there because this is written by Detweiler. I heard a scathing review of True Detective by Detweiler. Did we talk about that last week?
Yeah. He's entitled to have bad opinions.
Ouch. No, I guess his opinion is just that it's like wholesale word for word robbed.
That was his
From a guy who wrote a philosophy of pessimism that he did not invent. So like,
Oh, but he credits people in the back of the book.
Well,
and he credited Ligotti in interviews.
Well, I guess as we're walking through the hallway, I'm going to ask him. Whitwer and Citri, right? That was his fiance.
yes.
Yes. The demon Citri?
Yeah.
What about her?
Is that the same woman who's allegedly engaged or whatever to Whitwer, Michael?
Again, you're thinking in concepts of your reality.
Okay. Well, I missed the part of that conversation. I apologize.
Fair point. They can obviously give you the details, but Citri, yes, I am in contact with Citri.
So the demons in this world seem to have parallels in our world that may not know that they have a demon parallel.
Okay. So basically, they're not in direct control of the ones in our reality. They have influence on them, but aren't.
I think so. Maybe influence some kind of loose connection.
But it's not direct control of it. So
I'll give it to two of you because you're having the conversation. The int by 5 for the two of you because you're following an interesting line of questioning.
it's pass.
Yes, pass.
You both remember that previous individuals spoke to Timothy Bale, and Timothy Bale asked if you knew people.
Yeah, he gave us names.
He was the one who approached me as an army vet, right?
Correct.
Said Stephen P. Curson. Does he sound familiar? He knows something important. Ronald Valverde knows how to get places.
I think Troy is going to check the board.
Troy is really lucky I originally thought about erasing you guys' entire board and just writing as many opening lines to the King in Yellow
That would
as
be
I
so
could.
good.
So he walked in and just said, along the shore, the cloud waves.
Sand
break,
roll,
comma.
sand roll in real life.
Oh no!
I'm just gonna get Ambrosia to do it too and write it in really nice.
I'm gonna push it off onto Amy.
Push off your sand.
Sorry, dear. Not gonna remember our anniversary for the next 3 years.
All right, so
You're seeing multiple instances of what you guys are talking about, which is that there is a correlation between King Bale and classic demonology and individuals in real life, and you've linked that through on both sides of this coin.
okay, so what is the information you guys got from him about how the two are connected?
So he said something about your reflection watching you as you turn away from it. That was like his description of the relationship between the people in our realm and these demon counterparts, which makes no fucking sense, but it's cool.
So
That's a great
again,
It was great. It stuck with me.
Thanks.
Yeah.
again,
I'm not too bad at this. I don't think that's in the book. I think I made that the up.
again, that tells me
Maybe. Sorry, Detweiler.
Don't steal stuff. He'll get mad at you.
that tells me,
Only if I don't credit him.
That's true.
Copyright Detweiler.
and you did apologize. So that tells me that it's some kind of indirect influence, which makes me think that maybe Marbus discovered that he had a counterpart.
In this
Yes,
realm.
and that's probably what he was probably trying to sever that connection.
And that's how he got involved in this.
Yeah, I think he was probably trying to sever the connection from the influence on him.
So what is the connection then between the play and all of these demons? Just that
I don't know.
These demons are part of.
maybe him
this
trying to sever
world?
that connection drove him insane. I don't know. I just can't figure out how he would have gotten so deep involved into it like he did. It's just odd that we've met Timothy Bale, and
That was not my interpretation at all. Mine was very much that Marbus knew who Marbus was. Like he was
Marbus knew who Marbus was, or
Right.
Marbus knew who.
Yes, all of the above.
So Elias Barbas,
Right.
the FBI guy, knew of his demon counterpart.
No, he was the demon. Like I don't think there's a counterpart. I think there is just the one. He was on Earth doing something.
Okay, so that would make sense why there was a seal under his bed or whatever. So he basically the demon manifests himself into his counterpart and became Barbas. And I mean, this guy's trying to take us to a play right now
Because he was disseminating the King in Yellow.
Yes.
Which we even made that connection when we talked to Bale. Something about him doing his work or whatever.
I believe he says, this is tribute to Detweiler. I believe he gave you this before. The play sits at the center of things. All events, people, and places issue from it, not the other way around. It is an Ouroboros that vomits out and devours the world. Once shown this truth, one comes under the attention and sway of the King in Yellow. There's only one way out, through it, to Carcosa.
I knew that's where that masked man was trying to lead me out of game.
There were also various references to our characters in Night Force.
Okay. Kind of sucks I missed it, but I guess I'll hear it on recording in a few months.
They really enjoyed it. I thought I did a poor job. So if the listeners enjoyed it as well, if Jeff enjoyed it, I don't think he's got that far. I thought he did a very poor job, but they all enjoyed the session, so it must have been all right.
Okay, so
As you're moving through, Bale just keeps moving, and you guys can continue to discuss and talk amongst yourselves.
Did you guys ask about the missing inmates or the missing patients?
I think we did. Or we didn't ask Bale.
Okay.
Or maybe we did. I come to find out my notes are f***ing terrible. I think I was just confused. And
As you're moving through, you're seeing hallways that definitely look Dorchester House-esque, right? Tiles, doors, whatever. He just keeps taking lefts, rights, turns, straights. You begin to lose yourself. There is no rhyme or reason, but he continues to move in strange and odd ways. But you notice that as you keep moving, the offshoots of the hallways and what you're walking on and everything, the style begins to change. Slowly, elements of red carpet, of these rich burgundy rugs. You go from the overhead fluorescent lighting to something more recessed behind scalloped glass. There's gold painted trim, plaster Greek masks. But again, down the offshoots, you still see sections that feel very Dorchester House, and you see sections that look more residential in style. It's just these constant things as he keeps moving through this sort of bizarre situation. Gideon, roll.
We also made a connection of essentially these, what do you want to call them? Waypoints. Like the Dorchester House is a entrance to where we're at, as well as the McAllister House is probably a entrance to where we are.
McAllister Building?
McAllister Building, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I believe he called it a fly trap
Right.
to gather lost souls.
But that there are many of these points.
Gideon, make me a sand roll.
oh, great. Ooh, crit success.
We'll call it 0.
Oh, thank God.
As you're moving, it's getting darker. Again, you're going from the overhead fluorescent lighting to something more recessed and architectural. You're getting these sort of Greek masks plastered on the wall, golden columns, curtains, maybe some plants interspersed. And you begin to notice that there is a light source. It's as if Bale is emitting a light source, as if he is a source of light himself, emanating almost Christ-like from around his head. And there are a couple times when he turns, it's getting darker and darker as you proceed. The recessed lighting is getting less and less. You see almost a spectral lighted crown floating above his head, much like you might see in, say, Renaissance painting of Christ himself.
Haven't we seen this before? Not us as our characters, but previous characters.
Great question. I don't know.
The weren't the children in the mall emanating some kind of light above their head?
I thought that they themselves were.
Okay, maybe that's what it is. I just remember some
I think
kind
they
of.
were glowing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else that you all want to discuss as this is happening?
I mean, as we were reminded of Timothy Bale and him mentioning people, I would try to ask this Bale if he knows Stephen P. Carson or.
I'm sorry, it's a bit fuzzy because you talk about things that aren't real.
Person.
My
Yeah,
bad.
I get it. Like enough with the shtick.
I have written ways to communicate. If that's what you wish to do, it's out there.
That didn't at all answer.
Okay, he is talking about Demon Web 101. It has an incantation. I think the idea is we can use that to talk to these demons.
So we have to
Ideally,
summon them.
yes. We have to summon them.
Yeah.
You hear suddenly Bale seems to stop before a door, and you hear a gong sound in the distance, not that far. And you hear the roar of a crowd and applause. And you see Bale turn to you and put his index finger in front of his lips in the classic shush. And at this point, it is quite dark where you are at. He opens the door and he ushers you all into the space beyond, which is massive. It is a darkened theater. It's hard to tell the extent. There appear to possibly be balconies. You've come in sort of side door in the house. I'm going to fall into my theater terminology here. You come into a side door of the house. This is probably like what one would consider a fire exit of some sort. You're basically house front. You're near the first row. And he kind of crouches to stay out of the way of the audience, and he begins ushering you into the front row where there are like 5 or 6 seats right in front of you. And he suggests that you sit down.
I'll have a seat.
The only light is from the sparsely lit, empty wooden stage before you. You vaguely get a sense that the house is full behind you as he ushers you into seats.
If I turn around to look, can I see any particular figures, or is it just pitch black?
You can, as you move in, you can hear the sort of rustlings of people moving in seats behind you. You get some, you hear some wrappers of candy, because I don't know why the everyone brings damn candy into a theater.
Soft butterscotch of a Werther's. Oh,
You hear fiddling in the seats and slight whispers. Would you like to turn around and look?
Fiddling or fondling?
Yes.
someone's getting a
Oh.
theater hangy.
Exit stage right.
Hangy or fingy, we are not biased
I
here.
think I'm just gonna face the
Talk
stage.
about a hand stage.
Wait, what?
What? Stage hand?
Stage hand, yeah.
Stage.
I wanted to,
Ooh, stage handy. I could see where that
There
would
you go.
work.
Stage.
I got you. You swapped it on me. It tripped me up.
yeah.
I'm gonna resist the urge. I'm just gonna look forward. I just want to get out
I'm
of
just
here.
going to look.
Anyone else?
I'm just going to sit down, I guess. Yeah, that's what we're here for, apparently. It's the way out.
Can we not just leave? We have to do this.
Isn't that what he said? Isn't that what you guys told you guys? You got to go through it?
Yes, we have to do this.
Okay.
Bale, this
Do
is
we have to actually watch?
this is important.
So is getting out of here.
That's what I'm trying to do. And then the lights come up on an empty stage.
Our title track and additional musical arrangements were provided by friend of the podcast, Ian Shannon. Find more of his work at sleepfortheweary.com. Like what you heard? Check out more episodes online at rancorsbrothel.com or the Rancors Brothel on Facebook. You can also interact with other listeners at the Fans of the Rancors Brothel Facebook page. Want to contact us? Reach out to @Rancors_Brothel on Twitter or via email at therancorsbrothel@gmail.com. Most of all, keep circulating the tapes. Much love, everyone.